On today's show, I'm gonna eat 13 Kit Kats in a single sitting. Give me a break. Hello, food freaks, and welcome to That's Rank. Those of you who've been with me for a while are aware of both my love and my hate of the wild experimentation of Kit Kat bars. The original bar is hard to top. It's got the light, crispy wafers in between that beautiful, smooth milk chocolate. However, the company's gone a little bit off the rails, with some that are super tasty like their gingerbread Kit Kat, and some that are completely inedible like their apple cinnamon that tastes like a Yankee Candle. But still, there's so many that exist out there, and frankly, we're never gonna get through the backlog unless we do a whole bunch of them at the same time. So today we are going to take a look at Kit Kat Duos Mint and Dark Chocolates, Kit Kat Duos Mocha and Chocolate, Kit Kat Duos Strawberry and Dark Chocolate, Key Lime Pie, Blueberry Muffin, Mont Blanc, Chocolate Raspberry, Milk Tea, Chocolate Orange, Cheesecake, Chocolate Strawberry, Double Matcha, and whatever the heck this is. 13 flavors in all, a perfect baker's dozen. 13 is unlucky, right? That feels ominous. All right, I've decided to start today's competition with the key lime pie because it feels the least scary to me. It was between this and the blueberry muffin, but if I was gonna pick one of those two things for myself, I probably would choose the key lime pie every single time, so it won out. This one's a limited edition North American release, with limited and edition being two of my favorite words in the entire English language. I'll be honest, I don't know why I expected this to be radiating green like some sort of nuclear waste, but I guess it's right. Key lime pie is usually like a yellowy booger kind of a color, so that seems to be what we've got here. So congratulations on your booger green, Kit Kat. This is awesome. The cream's really good. I wouldn't call it an exact replica of a key lime pie, but it's a solid attempt. It's got good lime flavor, a little bit subtle on that, just like the actual pie. It's sweet, but in the middle, it does have some of the graham cracker pieces that I would expect. Overall, this is really good. Now, this went a lot better for me than it did for Amazon customer, who gives it 1 star. Received product a few minutes ago. When I was opening the box, it was dry, but when I took out the clear package, the candy was actually in it was wet. Once I got it to completely open, I immediately smelled strong smell of bleach, so I obviously won't be able to eat it. I also cannot return the item. Look, Kit Kat's gone weird, just pretend it's swimming pool flavor. Problem solved. Yes, I'm starting today on the light side. I know you're eager to find out more about the cheesecake and that weird indistinguishable package thing. We're gonna get there. I just don't want to be sick on my first couple of bars. We gotta take things gently as we ease our way into the water. This is one of the many Japanese imports that we have on hand today, which means we're at the mercy of the Japanese. Thankfully, raspberries do grow in Japan though, so it's not like we're asking for their interpretation of, say, poutine. Poutine does not grow locally in Japan. Cutesy little Kit Kat bar. Well, that's pink, all right. Raspberries, to the best of my knowledge, are not pink, but this is pink. So there's that. That's unexpected. I like this. It doesn't actually taste like artificial raspberry. It's got a little bit of the sourness that you would see in a real raspberry, which is a really nice touch. I 100% recommend these. So reviews, not easy to come by for this, but I did find a review in Japan, and I had it translated into English from a customer who gives it 5 stars. Strawberry bootsu seed is not good, but the sweet and sour taste became very favorite. Whether it's a seasonal product, is the insertion of a snack to granddaughter, many things that are not in the shop. It seems to be very happy and cherished eating. I have never met a Kit Kat bar that was very happy and cherished eating, but they do things differently in Japan, so that's exciting. This is the first of our duo bars, which features 2 flavors working in tandem. It's basically the Ren and Stimpy of the chocolate bar world, and hopefully with less nose hairs. And like was prophesized on the packaging itself, you can see here that you've got the mint up top and the dark chocolate on the bottom. I'm not making that joke. winner after winner so far today. This is like an after 8 mint. It's got that great combination of both chocolate and mint sort of coming together in one. But then you're like, wait, what's that? It's got a little bit of crunch in the middle, which the after 8 doesn't have. Why aren't crunchy after 8s a thing? Like, damn it, Nestle, get together and make that happen. Assuming you haven't already made crunchy after 8s. I'm not gonna Google it to find out. Really great one. I love it. It's got super simple flavors and it makes sense over a wafer. There's absolutely nothing to hate here. Unless you hate mint or chocolate, in which case you're probably gonna hate this. Maria Swiss gives these 5 stars and says, I am new to Kitkat. You're new to Kitkat? The review says you're in the States. What sad trick-or-treating did you do as a kid? Please tell me they didn't load you up with those awful Halloween kisses. Oh my God, Maria, I am so sorry for your traumatic childhood. If there's anything I can do, please comment below. Milk tea Kit Kats. I mean, I applaud the ingenuity of whoever came up with this. If you sat me at a table for like 3 days to do a focus group, I'm not sure that I would have ever come up with this flavor. Now, given the Asian writing on this package, I'm going to assume this is not a British milk tea, which is literally just red rose and milk. However, if it is a British milk tea, I'm not going to complain. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of orange pekoe. You know, what would be really cool would be a Dalgona milk tea, which is milk tea with a honeycomb toffee. Also, it'd probably end up being your demise as a participant on the Squid Games. Call it Death by Kit Kat, real life edition. Well, for a milk tea, that's definitely a lot lighter in color than I expected. Did I have expectations? I think I had expectations. I just can't remember what they were. You know what? I'd love it if there were some boba pieces in the middle of this, but I'm probably aiming too high for Kit Kat. Or am I? Anyway, milk tea is not, well, it's not my cup of tea. You know what? I initially started to say it, then I backed off because I'm like, that's dumb, the pun wasn't intended, but then it became intended as I kept saying words. And I'm not editing any of this out, and I'm not sorry. I don't know what to tell you, it's just weird. I think because I was hoping for bubble tea, which was maybe my mistake going into this, but I will say it's not milk tea, it just tastes odd. Almost like nothing, but flavored with something, except I don't know what the something is. If they made this a mystery flavor, no one would ever win. Tiffany Dang, who's got the coolest name of anybody who's ever been on this channel, gives this 2 stars and says, I don't know how to describe the flavor, but it doesn't taste like milk tea and is very artificial tasting compared to other flavors. Yeah, I agree with you, Tiffany. It's got a very artificial flavor, and I don't care for it, but maybe I'm the artificial one, and I'm fine with that. From the time I was a baby, Santa has always delivered a Terry's chocolate orange in my stocking. I grew up on this flavor. I know that there's lots of people out there who can't stand it, but it's been a part of me since birth, so I'm a huge fan. I do like packaging that's exactly as described. Okay, so appearance-wise, it's your standard Kit Kat, but there is a very strong orange waft coming off this in a really, really good way. Most wafts are bad, but this is a wafty waft that wafts waftily. Although if this is a true chocolate orange, there's something I need to do first. Hang on, I gotta... Oh, that backfired. Yeah, don't do what I just did. You know what, let's try again. Let's do this with another one. I don't even need to finish. Slam dunk. Damn, that is good. There's no way that that's Terry's chocolate in there. Kit Kat's its own thing, but that may as well be a Terry's chocolate. I might have a new favorite Kit Kat. That is fantastic. I know I shouldn't be consuming more chocolate than I have to. I'm gonna pay for this, but I'm gonna eat the smashed one that I did on the table as well. Zeed calls these neat and gives them 4 stars. Tastes good, but personally, I'm not the biggest fan. It takes some adjusting. Awesome to show and share with friends though. Everyone wanted a piece, and fortunately they could just be broken off, so it was easy to pass it around. Zeed, word of advice. A Kit Kat is personal. It's not a collection plate. You just don't pass it on to the next person. When you've got something this special, you hold on. Like the old lady in the Titanic, she held on to everything. Well, except for the love of her life and that expensive gift that he got her, but otherwise she held on. Coffee, 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 coffee. This could really go in any direction. I'm hoping for a best case scenario, which would see it something along the lines of a coffee crisp bar. Worst case scenario, anything resembling one of those Tim Hortons chocolate bars. Okay, again, we've got that line drawn down the middle of this. You got the coffee on the top, chocolate on the bottom. Which side of this is the party? Maybe it's both a party, and when I hit them up, it's gonna turn into a mosh pit to remember. This is gross. The coffee is crap. And you know what the coffee is? It's that instant coffee stuff. If you saw my last creamer review, you'd know that I've been using Nescafe instant coffee as my baseline. Expired Nescafe instant coffee, and that's literally what this crap is too. The reason that I use the instant coffee is simply so that I'm left to feel the power of the creamer against the world's most neutral backdrop. I don't actually drink instant coffee because I like it. If I'm having straight coffee, give me the stuff from my Nespresso machine. I never bust out the Nespresso for creamer reviews because I save that for when I want good coffee. This is bad coffee. Still, P. Carr gives these 5 stars and says, I wish to all the gods I never made this order because now I know. And there's no going back. These bars are my new vice. I might sell crack and my mother in order to obtain more. Fortunately enough, there's no such need. Easily accessible, instantly glorious reptile brain satisfaction. You know, I actually have a second one of these kicking around. I accidentally bought 2 thinking that I hadn't already come across it previously, so P. Carr, it's yours, assuming you're still willing to give up your mom. Is she a good cook? Mont Blanc. This is a Japanese Kit Kat using a French name that literally translates to White Mountain. And fun fact, White Mountain used to be my online dating name. So I admit I'm a little afraid of this one for exactly one reason. Take a look at the picture on the front and tell me what you see sitting there in the bakery shop window. What does it look like? To me, it looks like pictures of flies buzzing around fresh meadow muffins in a bakery. I'm not really okay with having some fresh excrement. Unfortunately, the back of the label doesn't really tell us anything further about what it is. There's nothing in English here except for one word that says Mont Blanc. So we're no further ahead. Okay, so I'm cheating a bit, but I needed to be put at ease. And Wikipedia says the Japanese Mont Blanc is a sweetened chestnut puree in the form of vermicelli topped with whipped cream. So it's noodles and whipped cream Kit Kat. Well, it's very white and not giving anything off smell-wise to tell me what it is, which is good because that rules out the first possibility of what I thought it was. That is interesting. In a good way. So I'm not really getting any chestnuts out of this or even noodles. It's almost like eating straight whipped cream, which I'm not complaining about. I'm a huge whipped cream fan. And I think I got that from my grandmother. She hated strawberry shortcake, for example, but she used to make them just so she would have an excuse to layer on piles of whipped cream around the top and just eat that. This is outstanding. I could see making myself very sick on a package of these really quickly, which is dangerous. Really great. Vive la Mont Blanc! Battleship J gives these 4 stars and says, well, being a new flavor, it definitely has some nostalgic notes. It reminds me of Ferrero Rocher or of a Nutella brand. That doesn't make any sense, Battleship. It can't be both a new flavor and nostalgic. Being new means you've never had it before. If it was nostalgic, it's a throwback. And I sure as hell don't remember no Nutella brand Kit Kat bars in my childhood. Or even Nutella. My options for sandwiches were Kraft and Skippy, and we chose Skippy because it came with that one little peanut on top. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this one and then the strawberries with dark chocolate back to back, just so we can at least decide which of the strawberry offerings is the better Kit Kat. Lots of huge, ripe strawberries on the front of the package, which reminds me of the ones that I saw this morning at the farmer's market. It's June, y'all, which means that it is strawberry season. I'm pretty excited. We have the Strawberry Social happening at Lansdowne in Ottawa probably next week or the week after. It's usually in and around the middle of June. But you know where I don't expect to see big ripe strawberries? In this bag. All right, it's got that fake pink glow about it that I come to expect to see from a strawberry candy. You know the color I'm talking about. It's like that middle piece of a carton of Neapolitan ice cream, the part that you eat around while trying to get to the chocolate and vanilla. All right. Well, that's kind of unexpected. It doesn't have a super phony strawberry flavor to it. It's actually kind of legit. The waxy texture of the Kit Kat does start to throw me off a little bit, and it starts to feel artificial, but then the flavor's there. and it's got just a little bit of the bitterness from a not quite sun-ripened strawberry. I do wish that it had some of the texture and grit, like maybe little strawberry seeds, but overall, this is really good. Lance gives them 5 stars and screams, nom, 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 oh, nom, 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 nom. Milk Kitkat. Nom, 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 oh, nom, 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 nom. Okay, here's the second half of our strawberry Kit Kats. It is also our final duo bar. This was released in North America and not Japan, so I'm expecting this to be a lot more processed and in turn, probably not as good. See, it's got the duo colors once again, and you know what? I know I'm a pessimist, but it's important to be pessimistic. If you keep your expectations at rock bottom, it's hard to ever be disappointed. And that's a pro tip for all you miserable optimists out there. Never expect anything and then you'll never be let down. If I took a bite from the middle of this, would that make me a monster? If you agree that what I just did was a food crime, I want you to smash the subscribe button to let me know how you feel. Bit of a shocker right now. They used a fairly realistic strawberry flavor, and Kit Kat continues to deliver in the clutch. I usually hate strawberry candy, so to run 2 for 2 on strawberry is pretty wild. Edgar Ochoa gives these 1 star because he's got some issues. Box was inside Amazon package, but it was open and with missing bars. Counted a total of 22. Unacceptable since I paid for a package of 24. Give him hell, Edgar. I don't care if you have to escalate to Jeff Bezos himself. Do not let this go. Some hills are totally worth dying on. Well, we've done well so far, so let's get a little bit risky with some cheesecake. I mean, the picture's inviting. It looks light and creamy and it's got a nice little brulee topping on it. I mean, maybe? There's nothing foul smelling coming out of the package, which is good because it means they didn't use real cream cheese in here. Could you imagine? This is one time I'm all in favor of the artificial candy because the smell from actual cream cheese that had been rotting in the package would be enough to knock out a water buffalo. Wow. I mean, wow. That's not descriptive, but it's the first word that came into my mind. Wow. And I'm standing by that. I'm having a wow moment right now. Wow. Honestly, if I wasn't in the midst of eating 13 Kit Kats that are gonna ruin the rest of my afternoon, I would consider eating this whole bag right now. That's the best thing that I've had today, hands down. It's got just a hint of tanginess that you get with a really good cream cheese. It's got a little bit of sweetness, and yet it's super light tasting. It's just sensational. My mouth hole is one seriously happy place right now. And here's the thing. You're gonna have to take me at my word on this one because I couldn't find any reviews online. Granted, I may not have tried very hard to find any reviews because I'm still in a bit of a cheesecake coma, and I don't have the energy to do much of anything other than just savor this moment right here. I don't know how long this episode has run at this stage. All I know is that I've been filming for the better part of about 2.5 hours, and I've still got 3 Kit Kats to go. I've probably edited out at least 2 hours of nonsensical rambling. I'm on a bit of a sugar overload. My stomach is feeling all kinds of intolerant while my tongue and my brain are telling me, keep going. Anyway, double matcha. I dig green tea. I know that it's not for everyone, but it's got such a soothing effect on me. I'm probably gonna be drinking it for the rest of the day, trying to detox after this episode is over. I don't know what that's saying. That is a far darker green than I actually anticipated. I feel like I've had green tea Kit Kats before, and they were a much more light green. This looks like it swallowed a scoop of one of those superfood powders that healthy people put in their smoothies every morning. I like this, but I'm gonna add a giant asterisk for you at home. It's got matcha punching upwards like it's a mid-80s Mike Tyson. It's strong, like super strong. So much that I kind of wish they'd eased off the gas pedal just a little bit. This thing's worried that the public isn't gonna know it's matcha and it's overcompensating so everyone knows exactly what it is. Trust me, dude, ain't no one mistaking you for a grape soda. Somehow, this hasn't satisfied everyone, including Model X, who gives this 1 star and writes, not as described. Not as described? What the hell were you expecting? Like a fresh tea leaf plant? The root, the soil, everything? God, I thought I was a tough audience. Our second to last Kit Kat is this giant log and one of the newest ones that you can find kicking around stores all over the USA, and that's the blueberry muffin. I love a really good blueberry muffin, but they're so hard to find because real blueberries are nearly impossible to get inside baking anymore. And I'm not even joking, like nearly every blueberry product you find in stores, whether it's, a processed good or a baked good, is actually blueberry crunchlets that are in it, which contain small parts of blueberries, but by and large, they're sugar particles designed to make them look like blueberries. About the only place that you're gonna find real blueberries anymore is if you buy actual blueberries as they come. It's a whole thing. It's worse than the olive oil mafia. I like the subtle pastel color on this one, trying not to go overboard with rich, phony colors. Now, granted, if this was a real blueberry, it would have spit up all over my shirt the second that I opened the package. I'd look like I caught chicken pox from Barney the dinosaur. I have no idea why it happens that way, but every time I have blueberries, they're just drawn to me. They didn't hit on real blueberry taste quite the same way they did with the strawberries. This is a lot more sweet, but I guess it plays to the fact that it's supposed to be a blueberry muffin and not just blueberry. Personally, I'd have preferred if this was less sweet, but even with that said, I like this and I'd buy this again. Twabird68 gives these 5 stars and raves. My son brought these home from Walmart for us to try and I wanted more, more, more. The blueberry flavor isn't too overwhelming or fake tasting. I also love that the crunchy wafers make me think of biting into a crunchy muffin top of a cafe blueberry muffin. The taste kind of reminds me of the fresh blueberry fritters we used to get for breakfast meetings at work from the corner bakery. I definitely recommend this to anyone who wants a quick little sweet treat to brighten their day with a burst of fresh blueberry taste. I love these. Crunchy muffin tops? That isn't a corner bakery that's calling to me. I like my toast crunchy, but not my muffin tops. I want clearly defined edges around my muffins, but the second they crunch, I want my money back before I chip a tooth. Our final flavor of the day is a damn mystery. I have absolutely no idea what this is supposed to be. I see a roll of cinnamon, maybe? I don't know. It could be a crepe. It could be an overripe banana leaf. I'm truly not sure. Oh, we have an English translation on the back. Good. And it reads, chocolatey wafer bar. Gee, thanks for the help, Japan. All right, let's see if opening this up and looking at it helps us decipher what it is. That doesn't help me. If you know what that says, please comment down below. It's got spots. Maybe it's English spotted dick. I don't know how the rolled up thing on the top of the package would factor in, but the rest looks like part of a traditional English pudding with a really unfortunate name. I can't place that. It's like it's a white chocolate and something or other, but I legitimately have no idea what this is. The bits, like those spots, they don't taste much like anything. It's just a little bit of extra texture. Maybe they're going for a cookies and cream, like it's giving me some sort of Oreo vibes, but not quite. Like there's nowhere near enough chocolate for that, so I'm stumped. I did some Googling around for Japanese Kit Kats to try to find this picture, and I think it's Otona no Amasa, which is Japanese cookies and cream. So I was right. I can't find any reviews on this product, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Getting the Japanese imports can be pricey, so I wouldn't say these are any better than a Hershey's cookie and cream bar, so you can probably rest easy without ever eating this Kit Kat. Damn. I feel like I have run a marathon and all I've been doing has been stuffing my face with chocolate and wafers. While the Japanese cheesecake was the clear winner for me, what flavors leapt off the page for you? Comment below, and please do not forget to peruse my archives for other Kit Kat reviews and hit the subscribe button because I said so. Thanks for sticking with me today. I need a nap. Good night.